Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be looking at 5 champions that are really underrated and underappreciated. The first one we're going to be looking at is Kanak. We're going to be looking at some gameplay with these 5 champions in Realms of Legend right now. We have here, next we have Moon Knight. And this is rank 4, 5-star awakened Moon Knight. His powers are revolving around the moon, obviously. Then we have Doctor Strange. We have a 6-star Doctor Strange rank 1 to show off today. And we have him with a synergy with Wolverine X-23, which is next up. And as you can see, this is a 5-star rank 3 Wolverine X-23. And then last we have Angela. So again, we're going to look at these 5 champions. We're going to take them into Realm of Legends against the guy we love to beat up on, which is the Winter Soldier. So here we go into the first fight. We're going to take these 5 champs, and what we're going to do is we're going to beat up on Winter Soldier for at least 20%. So we have 5 fights to bring him down to 0%. So the first champion up is X-23. We're going to give you some tips, gameplay, and what I like to see with X-23. Most people use X-23, but what you don't realize, her regeneration kicks in at random, whether she's attacking or receiving hits. The thing with X-23 is she has a lot more regeneration for each bar of power. So if you do not use her SPs, you could actually bleed the opponent to death. Now, she does have some critical hits and she does do a lot of crit damage as well. But what I like to do is just bleed away the opponent. We have class advantage in this fight. And as you can see, 3 bars of power. When she's at 86-87% health right now, when that regeneration kicks in, you're going to see, look at her health meter. She just regenerates like a champ. She is absolutely a beast. Now she's at full 100%, and you could keep those 3 bars of power, bleed the opponent to death. And she does do very well against opponents that are bleed immune as well, because when she's bleed immune, when they're bleed immune, she does a lot of crit damage as well on the opponent, and she still regenerates a ton of health. And again, this is her regenerating health, and she's not even awakened. With her awakened ability, she has a lot more of all of her abilities. And here we go. We're going to bleed him down, like I said, to just under 80%. So he got him down to 80%. We're going to go at look at the next fighter right now. We have Kanak, we have Angela, the next lowest ranked 5-star we have right now. So we're going to bring Angela into the fight. And with Angela, again, you really don't want to use up those bars of power, because for every bar of power she uses, she starts off with 2 shield charges there, so with a shield. So she's a very good counter to Havoc. And as she goes into her second bar of power, you see she has a Fury build. And there you're going to see now she starts on her 3rd bar, and she has precision built in there. And she has 2 bars of precision right now. And we're just going to lay waste to this guy. And it's just light, medium, sometimes some heavy attacks. And she does a lot of damage. We're going to bring this Winter Soldier down. Here we go. We're going to fire the SP3, and we're going to start that bar 1, 2, and 3 all over again. We're going to bring him down to 60% before we switched over to the next champion. So again, as you can see, she has great regenerative abilities. Anytime she takes more than a certain percentage of damage, she kicks in that regeneration automatic. You don't have to worry about it. And she could do that for about 5 times. Here you go. She just is regenerating right now, and again, it's based on her SIG level. And this is not a very high SIG level, rank 5 Angela, and she's doing pretty good on the regeneration. She's still over 96%. But all of these champs take very little to no damage, and they're very easy to play. It's not rocket science to handle their moves, light, medium, and sometimes throw in a heavy attack. They do a lot of damage, and her sword play really does wreak havoc on the opponent. We're going to switch her off now. He's under 60%. And let's take you into the next champion. And all of these champions have great synergy with certain powerful champions in the game. So let's look at, why not? Let's look at Kanak, right? Or Moon Knight. And then we have Doctor Strange. So let's go with, I believe, Doctor Strange should be up next. He's the lowest one here. He is a 6-star, unawakened, rank 1 Doctor Strange. Now the beauty of Doctor Strange is he starts off with that shield mode where he takes very little amount of damage because of the armor. Then he goes into this crit mode where he just does a lot of critical damage to the opponent. And then this is the mode I like the most, when he transfers into that regeneration mode. He's at 90% now, and now we're gonna beat Winter Soldier to death while we go right back up to 100%. And he's gonna cycle back to the shield armor mode right now, taking very little damage while he generates his energy. Now the beauty of him again is his energy just continues to flow. You don't have to hit the opponent. You could lay back, wait for that to build, and just fire off SP attacks. As you can see, he's in regeneration mode again, and he is going to just be at 100% throughout most any fight, unless you take some serious SP3 damage. So with him, you just learn to bait out SP1 and SP2s. Never get them to an SP3. You would take very little to no damage. And you could always regenerate whatever little health you lost along the way. So again, Doctor Strange, a very valuable champion to have on your team. He's very good for questing because he has that longevity with regeneration. You just have to practice cycling through his regeneration nodes. Again, he's back on regeneration, so every hit he is going to regenerate health. He's at 100%. And here we go. We're going to take Winter Soldier down to 40% here. We're going to fire off some SP1s to see that health, there you go, SP2 does a lot of damage. We're going to fire off the SP1 to show that the energy automatically rebuilds. Boom, fire it off, and there you go, 1 bar power. Not bad. And you could keep firing off that SP1 all day long. Again, Winter Soldier is almost out. So let's go up next with Kanak. Why not? Kanak. So Kanak has very good synergy with Black Bolt and Medusa, who we know is an absolute wrecking machine, both in defense and attack. But what we don't know is, and most people don't realize, is every time you fire off an SP1 on Kanak, he goes into focus and he has true accuracy where the opponent cannot evade. So any evade champion like Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen, anyone that has an evade on them and is difficult to hit, he is going to wreck them. He's going to continue disabling the evade, and all you have to do is fire off the SP1. SP3 does a ton of damage. He's at 35% right now. Winter Soldier, boom, 34%, and that says a lot with this Winter Soldier with this much health. Again, we're gonna build. Next thing with Kanak is he's poison and bleed. I wouldn't say immune, but he gets rid of it and counters the bleed and poison a lot faster than any other champion. Also, the longer the fight goes, class advantage has no effect on Kanak. So if he was fighting a mutant champion right now, the longer the fight goes, is the less the advantage that mutant champion has on him. He has a great synergy, again, like I said, with Medusa. And we're just going to continue firing off the SP2. It does a lot more damage. You do not need to use the SP1 if the opponent is not an evade champion. So you could build to the SP2, which does a ton of damage, as you could see here. Boom. As you can see, that's over 10,000, 12,000 in crit rating, 7,500 and 3,500, close to 12,000 in crit rating. SP1 used primarily for any evade champion. You just want to keep spamming it so that you could get rid of that evade and keep hitting into the champions. He is pretty durable. He could take a huge amount of beating, and he has, as they say, calluses on his skin that takes less of a hit or less damage. So again, pretty useful champion in the game against evade champions. And here's my boy Moon Knight. Moon Knight, very underrated. Most people have him that do tier list, God tier and blah blah, mate tier and whatever tier they have. He's probably ranked one of the lowest on the tier list, but I'm telling you, he wreaks a complete amount of damage. He has one of the highest health pools in the game, so he could take a beating and last very long in a game. As you can see, he's very easy to use. His moves are a little bit awkward and difficult for some people to defend against. So he's sometimes very good in the earlier days. A couple of years ago, he was very good on Alliance War and stuff like that. It was very tricky to fight. But for attack, this guy just keeps the bleed on you. It's not the strongest bleed in the game, but I'm telling you, every hit of that stick, look at that stick, it just keeps refreshing that bleed. And his SP2, boom, does some damage without even critting at that point, but he does deliver quite a blow. And his health pool is very, very strong. He has regeneration with certain champions now, like Dark Hawk and that dude on the skateboard. But again, look at that. He keeps that bleed on. You just couple of hits, back off, and there you go. Winter Soldier is out of it. And that's the 5 champions. Well, there's a lot more, but 5 champions that I think are highly underrated in the game. So as soon as you get your hand on these champions, I would say you could get worse champions. These champions are very valuable in certain situations. Definitely for synergy in most cases. So guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to work less, play more, enjoy life. Have a fantastic day. Catch you guys next time. Like, subscribe. Have a fantastic day. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get email alerts on follow-up videos. Bye-bye.